Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. This is what we were looking at yesterday evening at around 5 p.m. This was probably one of the largest dust storms I think I'd ever been in. It was absolutely massive. We're going to come back and take a look at more photos of the dust storm here in just a moment. Speaking of storms, Earth is still in the middle of a proton storm. I know we had a large solar flare the other day with a CME, but that was like 3 days ago. But for some reason, coming over here to the homepage of the website, when you look at the ionosphere D region, you can see that the north and southern poles are still absorbing energy from the solar event. I'm assuming that's coming from the solar event. So we talked about that yesterday. We could see an increase in solar activity over the next week to 10 days as these large sunspots in active regions are turning towards the Earth literally right now as I do this video. In fact, here's a close-up view by Felipe of some of the action that's turning towards the Earth. Coming over here to spaceweather.com, the debate over 3I Atlas is still ongoing, and there's been yet another update about this interstellar traveler. Scientists are getting together, and the more they're looking at this thing, like I've been looking at this thing and sharing with you guys, I don't think it's a comet. I still don't think it's a comet. Now, after a close observation from the James Webb Space Telescope, it revealed that this thing is emitting high levels of CO2 and basically nothing else. So that has scientists totally perplexed, as nothing like that's ever entered the solar system. So really, what is this thing? Here's the current location as it's getting close to Mars. Here's the most recent analysis I've done of this object, and I've done 3. These are all images by Michael Jaeger out of Austria. Look at that. That doesn't look like a comet. Still doesn't look like a comet. And it's definitely feeling the solar wind from the sun. And that's what triggers the tails and the coma is the sun, the solar wind. And we don't see anything like that. Nothing at all that resembles a comet. And now it's emitting CO2. This is a very rare event that's getting more mysterious by the day. Nothing like this has ever happened in modern history. And here's yet another look at the Earth-facing side of the sun. There's the sunspots in active regions that are turning towards the Earth, so solar activity should be picking up here anytime soon. I have some video footage from yesterday's main event that occurred out here in Arizona. I mean, I've been in some dust storms in the past, but never anything like this that just came out of nowhere. This is when it first started, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, basically consuming the entire valley out here in Phoenix. This thing was changing colors, going from dark brown, at times stirring up what looked like maybe white sand. I don't know what it was. All I know is we didn't stick around to check it out. We went inside as this thing got closer and closer and closer. My son and I were outside, and he saw that, and he's like, "Dad, what is happening?" He's been in dust storms too, but never anything quite this large. I mean, it was a massive, massive wall of dust that rolled through the valley yesterday. And right over here to the right, there was a big spinning vortex, unlike anything I'd ever seen. Not just a small dust devil. This thing was huge, and it was rotating very, very fast. In fact, my son saw it too. I also received photos by Miss Cook out of Ahwatukee, and this was their perspective of the massive wall of dust. I mean, everybody's air conditioners and swimming pools just get completely trashed out following these events. Even though it did rain afterwards, this just totally wreaks havoc on machines and car filters and AC filters following that large-scale event, one of the largest I think I've ever seen. Quick hurricane update, nothing going on in the Atlantic for the next 5 days, the Caribbean, or the Gulf. Anything after 5 days is always subject to change because long-range forecasts can and will change. But for the next 5 days, there should not be any hurricane activity in those regions. And speaking of storms, this is what lightning can do to a tree. These photos were sent in by Adam Mendenhall. He had two trees on his property take lightning strikes at the same time, and you can see exactly where the lightning went, right down the center of both of these trees, splintering both of the trees, leaving debris laying all over his backyard. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that. It just peeled the bark right off the tree. I have seen trees split in half, but never anything quite like this. And you can see the debris laying all over the backyard. There's the two trees, and it looks like they both took a lightning strike. The one on the right maybe took a bigger strike. The one on the left looked like it took a smaller strike, but you can see where the energy went right down the center of the tree, sending bark all over the backyard. It's a wonder that the trees are still standing. I saw a video a few years back where lightning split a tree completely in half. Also in this video, I have a quick flash update to share with you guys. The videos are still coming in. Going to Harlingen, Texas. Video footage sent in by Griselda River 0220. Couldn't help but notice the activity in the parking lot here. Lights flickering and flashing rogue and randomly for unknown reasons. That's obviously what compelled them to take this video of the mysterious flashing parking lot lights. Going to Pennsylvania. Video footage sent in by Skylar, who also noticed the same exact thing. Multiple lights in a parking lot. That's why I shared these two videos together, because it was the same situation in a different location. Texas and Pennsylvania both saw parking lots with multiple lights flickering, again for unknown reasons. Nobody knows why. And it wasn't a bulb issue, because if it was a bulb issue, more than likely it would have been just one or two bulbs, not the entire parking lot. Going to Bridge City, Texas, Michael McFarland also noticed another gas station. We've seen a bunch of these. The lights underneath the canopies of convenience store gas stations flickering and flashing for unknown reasons. Going from Texas to Joplin, Missouri, one more example to share with you guys. Video sent in by Stacy S. of a security light on the back of their house. It's never done this, but on this night, the lights on the back of their house were flashing for unknown reasons, and they had never done that before, and it only did it on that night. Have a sky phenomena slideshow to share with you guys. Some really cool photos sent in here recently. Starting off in Utah, Stella Danielle looked up and saw this massive beam spanning across the sky. Everywhere else was dark, but right there in the center. Going from Utah to Florida, Sarasota, Florida, Melissa sent in this cool photo of these glowing clouds high in the sky above Sarasota. Going from Florida to Oracle, Arizona, Jan shared this photo of a meteorite cruising past the moon. And this next photo sent in by Jay out of Groveton, New Hampshire. Big jumbo halo in the sky just above his head. Going to Wichita, Kansas, Ramon sent in this fiery orange sky. I didn't do anything to this photo except put his name and location on it. Are you serious right now? That was one fiery orange sky. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photos are of the massive dust storm that consumed the entire valley yesterday afternoon. And if you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website, look for this red tab that says have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.